I'm Lucas from LoukasArts, and today we're doing a bit of a different video today. In fact, we're going completely off topic. We're not doing any redstone today. In fact, we are cooking in this video, which should be a lot of fun today. We've scrapped all the redstone, now we're doing Minecraft cooking recipes. It should be brilliant. So, today we're making some delicious pancakes. What you'll need for your pancakes is, of course, a stove. And what better a stove without a pan, of course. Here we go. Here's our pan to cook our delicious pancakes. Let's throw down a pancake there. As you can see, you're gonna have to wait a few minutes for it to cook to go a golden brown crisp colour. You can see it's a little bit pale right now, it's a little bit raw. We don't want that, we want it to be a delicious golden colour, which it will turn in any moment, hopefully enough. Make sure I've got the oven on, yes, definitely working. And there we go, as you can see, beautiful golden brown colour, and we get some pancakes. As you can see, that was quite a tall stack of pancakes I put on there at once, and I got 4 pancakes out of it, which is pretty cool, and they're very delicious. So now I guess I'll go and show you the whole recipe of how to make these pancakes. Should be very, very fun, and definitely not redstoney at all. Okay then guys, here we are, and I may have lied a little bit in that intro. Of course this involves redstone, what would this channel be without it? Anyway, so here's the redstone all made for the pancake. Ignore the ink sacs over here. Talk about those in a moment, but here is, well, how it all works. Where should we start? We should probably start with how we actually summon in the pancakes themselves. Here we have a fill clock. This is my version of a fill clock, where I can break this block and the whole clock will stop, but I can put one back there and it will start up again. But yeah, to make a fill clock, you just kind of put in these commands and it will start filling a big line of blocks. Anyway, back to the redstone. This is the how we summon in the actual pan and pancake. This is this line here and here. This here is the pan, and that one is the pancake. Here is how we're making the pancake cook and give you the pancake item, and this is how we actually clean up a pan and pancake. So if I put down a pan and a pancake and I don't want them there, I can grab this dishcloth and kind of like wipe them up. I have to be near them though, so I can't just put them down on the floor. Like, let's say I had a furnace down and I had a pan on it and I was previously cooking some pancakes over here. I can go over with a dishcloth and like wipe that up, which is kind of convenient if you don't want your pans to be there anymore. However, you don't get the pan item back, it's kind of just destroying it, which I thought was kind of, well, I kind of wanted to leave that in just because I thought it would kind of make you want to make more pans, because otherwise you will just make one pan and never need to again. Whereas pancakes is something you would need to make often. And this is just a little thing that I thought I'd make, which would be pretty cool, as a little short build. But what we're doing is we're testing for a squid, which name is Pan, which surely the pan squid is. So when we put down our furnace and a pan, the pan squid is tested for, and those arm stands are summoned at it. I'll show you those commands now. Summons an arm stand with all of this data. I will put this command in the description. Flashing. I will put this tag in the description if you want this exact armor stand, which is how I do a lot of things. I put down an armor stand. I use like replace item commands and entity data commands to kind of edit it, and then I put in then I put down a command block next to that entity, and I do /entity data at EC equals 1, and then you just type in some squiggly brackets like that, and then down here in the output it will tell you the exact tag you need to put into a command block to summon that exact entity, which I find very helpful, and that's how I summon in everything pretty much nowadays. But I'll put that big long string of entity data command in the description for you if you want to summon in that exact one, or you can have a little play around with it yourself, make a better looking pan than I did, if you want, because really it's just a big fat coal block submerged in a furnace. But after that, after we've summoned that in, we then teleport it to, so basically this summons this armor stand at a squid called Pan, and then this teleports it down into the block so it looks like an actual pan, and it's not a floating coal block up in the air like that is a floating pancake. So it actually looks like a pan is on the block rather than a floating giant square pan, which I'm sure nobody wants. And then here we have another summoning command, very long. Again, that's summoned at the pan squid, which summons in the little handle of the pan, which is a torch, with the value of its looking up so that it kind of looks like a handle. But I kind of made it so that the handle's a little bit crooked. I kind of like that little feature. I don't know why. And then this is just teleporting the squid to... Oh, actually we didn't go over this one. And this teleports the pan and the armor stand, which is at the pan squid. And it's going to teleport it across 1.3 blocks, so it's kind of sticking out of the pan like a handle, and down 1.4 blocks. In fact, it's 0.3, not 1, I believe I said. But the reason I'm doing c equals 1 here again is because the other armor stand, which is the actual pan base, is too far away from the squid to be the closest armor stand now. It's actually close to the block below this furnace, I believe. Which is why I can't put this back in, because this torch is in the way. Which is kind of annoying, but I'll fix that later. I'll kind of shift things around so you can still put this block back in place. But for now, that's just kind of how it is. Still little things to be tweaked here and there, but I thought this was a little fun project I can come up with. Anyway, to summon in the pancake, I do almost the exact same thing, apart from with a different armor stand. Testing for a squid named Pancake, which is right here, squid egg called Pancake. Then we have the long string again in the description to find that. And that is just summoning a armor stand that's invisible, has no gravity, and has a golden pressure plate on its head. I believe its name is A as well, so I can do some executing at it. Also, something else you should know is that this arm stand, which is the black base, its name is B, so I can execute it that way when I do this thing where I'm testing for the pancake being on the pan. So then, after I've summoned that, I go and teleport that down at 1.5 blocks, so it's kind of resting on top of the pan. Then I teleport the squid named Pancake to the void, just as I did here, so you can't see them anymore. They're kind of dying, but they're not producing smoke particles and ink sacs, which I thought I could leave in there for the pan, because you're cooking squid, get some ink sacs, smoke's coming off, but I thought that wasn't too great an idea to have cooked squid miraculously. Now we are executing an arm stand which name is B, which is this black arm stand here, and we are testing for if there is an arm stand named A in a radius of 1. Now, an arm stand named A is what the pancake is called, so if I summon a pancake here, there we go, that pressure plate item there, which is what is on the arm stand's head, that is called A, and this pan down here is called B. And that's why I'm kind of testing if they're near each other. Yeah, there's a squid there, ignore him. Oops. I'll replace that. You saw nothing. Actually, I don't have to, it'll replace itself, which is kind of good. And bang. So that is how that happens. So it's testing for a pancake on top of that pan. It is also testing at an arm stand which its name is B, which is the pan arm stand, remember, and it's going to test for the block underneath it being a furnace. So it's checking that it is on top of a furnace and that there is a pancake on top of it. This goes through this AND gate, and if both of those are true, then it is going to power this dispenser, which dispenses a squid egg onto this pressure plate. And that is actually how I'm timing the length it takes to cook the pancake, because I didn't want it to be too long, I didn't want to be too short, and I found that it was just around the amount of time I wanted, was about how long it takes a squid to suffocate in air. So I kind of used a squid dying on this pressure plate as a way to test for, or rather a way to time how long it would take the pancake to cook. Then I went through this little system here that replaces an item on that entity which had the uncooked arm stand on its head, the iron pressure plate, and I'm going to replace that with a gold pressure plate, which is a light-weighted pressure plate. The other one's called a heavy-weighted pressure plate, I believe, if you wanted to know that. Then after this amount of delay, which is about how long I kind of want the pancake just to sit on top of the furnace before it pops off into your little pancake, well, they're called cookies, but they're named pancakes, so they're just the amount of time I want before it kind of pops off of the furnace, so you can eat it. So you can have a little look at the pancake for a bit. you know, in all of its golden crisp glory. Then this is summoning the pancake item, the cookies, at an arm stand named A, which is the cooked pancake, and this is the UID for the cookies item, or rather the pancake item, which are cookies. But you don't really need to know all of this. I'm the thrower, of course, but basically that's the UID for that. I'll leave that in the description as well if you want to copy that in, I guess, even though you could just summon a cookie which name is pancake, but I was lazy and just did it on an anvil because I can. Then this is going to go through this repeater here into this block, which clones this dispenser full of squid eggs into this dispenser's place, so it will never run out, and if it does get broken like I just broke earlier, it will always replace itself as long as there is a squid spawned on here before it breaks. Or you could just step on it and it'll fix all of its issues. And finally, it's going to kill an arm stand which is named A. Now what this system does is it does mean that you can only have one pancake at a time, one pan,